Hello, hello, my name is Sheeby, and today we are playing Water Womb World, a game that I heard a lot about. I believe Wendigoon did a video on this. I really like how this looks. I don't remember too much of like the video essays that have been done on it. It's been a while since I've seen it. This isn't a new game, but I've always wanted to play it. I love horror. I don't think this is going to be one that's like, boo, right? But I'm really excited. Yeah. I full screened it. Let me see. Special Water Womb World with optional commentary, notes, achievements, alternate music. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so there's a special mode, but that's for returning players. So where to start? Click to play the classic and unadulterated version of Water Womb World. No commentary, notes, no achievements. If you have not played Water Womb World, please start here. I'm gonna suffer saying the title. Though I am a Christian man, I have long forsworn any contentment in its primitive superstitions. The mysticism, the rituals, I know they are all articulations of a deeper material fact. No, I press E. Whoa. Hello, Da Vinci. Is it Da Vinci or Michelangelo? I can't remember. I'm a bad history student. Or no, I'm a bad history teacher. Anyway, in older times, it was seen that the order of the scientific world and the perfection of God's plan confirmed each other at every turn. Well, I still believe this to be the case, although in quite an unorthodox way. My lifelong work has been to find the origin point of man's fall from grace. It has taken me all over the world, but I believe I am closer than ever to finding the truth. I'm heading deep into the ocean, into a region they call Gaspar's Zone. I have everything I need in my submersible lab. I hope to find some answers soon. Gaspar. What's the Undertale? No, shush, don't. No. Gaster. That's what I was thinking of. Soon I will tread out on the holy seabed, where the spirit blew life into the increate mantle. This is really cool. I have lit my path with the submersible's lights. It is a blessed day. Before I leave, I ought to fill up my tank and grab some nets for specimen collection. What are we doing? I'm going to need both if I am going to do my research. Okay. This is cool. I'm just clicking stuff. O2. Head out, refill tank, research, replenish nets, mirror. I'm gonna look in the mirror. Ooh, that's it? I'm looking pretty good. I was wondering if it did something else. Okay, so we have to replenish the nets. Cool. Did that. Refill tank. Ooh. And we have to do that. Can we do any research now? Yeah, I should find more samples before vegan my studies. Okay. Let's head out. Ooh. Oh no, I have to move? Oh my gosh, no, what if I die? Ah! Okay. Even with my lights, it is still quite dark out here. Well, as long as they are on, I'm sure I'll be fine. I read that like a potato. That was bad. Anyway, I just have to remember that the entrance back into the lab is the furthest spot south. Do we have a compass? Am I gonna know what south is? I hope to find some good specimens here, whether by sifting through the silt or netting some fish. Uh-oh. If this requires skill, I'm sorry, you guys. I must remember that the live specimens will try to evade me, but I should not give up hope, as they cannot swim too far away. I must also remember that if I sift at one position, it would be a waste to sift there again until later. Okay. I should try to find one live sample via my net and also 2 samples from sifting. That should be sufficient for now. Okay, so 1 live, 2 net, or 2 sift. Time to begin. May God guide me. More like may sheeby guide you. I'm gonna do my best, my friend. Okay, wait. Arrows. Wait. Oh, I could. Oh. Do I see something over there? Oh, I can't go any further. Okay, sift silt. I didn't find anything. I'll keep looking. Sift. I didn't find anything. I'll keep looking. Oh, my oxygen is running out. Oh my gosh. Am I supposed to suck at this? Wait. Sift silt. Oh, okay, cool. A dive mask. I almost said divine mask. Likely an older make by the looks of it. It only has one large window to see from. Might be worth looking at back at the lab. What happens if I drown? Oh. What happens if I drown? I don't know. I guess I drown. Maybe. Sift silt. I didn't find anything. I'll keep looking. I didn't look here, did I? No. I didn't find anything. There goes my oxygen. Oh my gosh. Is there a way to tell that I'm being stupid and I'm not figuring it out? Didn't find anything. Ah! I'm not finding nothing! Oh, I should have done a method to this. Sifting. Oh my lord. Did I do it here already? Oh my gosh. Return to lab. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. I found a post-lapsarian adamite skull. It looks quite old. It may reveal something. I will study it when I get back to the lab. I haven't found any... Wait. Can I just throw it? No. Shoot! I wasted a net! Oh my god. Wait. No, my mouse. Wait. I'm gonna... Should I keep looking at this point? I don't know if I should keep looking. I'm gonna pass out. Refill tank. Punish nets. Can I just go back? Looking pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna head out again. Oh! Wait! That was so fast! Oh, wait, no, I pressed inventory. Wait. Oh no. It happened so fast. Darn it. Got him. Okay. Oh. I'll check out the specimen when I get back to the lab. Alright, let's go. I have been blessed with a bounty to research. It is time to go back to the lab and begin. I can barely contain my excitement. All my life's work has led up to this moment. I caught a fish, I don't know. Even though I have been down here but briefly, I can feel God working in my heart and opening my mind. The original sin of man, the original temptation, was that God's opening the mind too? I am alone here, but I feel the comfort of the Holy Spirit and a connectedness to all things. The human being was made in the image of God, a divine mirror of creation that was made imperfect by our sin. I can feel it sometimes in the strangeness of my body, as if I was once connected to the source and severed from it. It was as if I was once a thing rooted in a vaster whole, but I was violently removed and left to float freely by my own. Well, as I have said, I should get back to work. Oh, I'm not saying nothing now. Okay. Let's refill. Research. Well, Adamite skull. Partially fossilized remains of a son of Adam. Okay. Which one? contains 5% ancestral corruption. By approximate calculations, this human lived for about a millennium and was born 10 generations after their primeval fall. High bone density suggests aquatic lifestyle. I have a master's in history. In my bachelor's, I was like, oh, like, you know, I should look at my sister fields, right? And I took Anthropology 101. Oh, that's a sister that I respect, but I don't want to talk to anymore. It was hard. And we had to do it during COVID, and we were supposed to have a lab, so the lab was just like, look at 3D images on the computer. It sucked. I wish we could have seen it in person. But I think I would have liked it more if it was in person, but because it was through COVID, it was just kind of harder to retain. It was interesting, but the tests, they were kind of hard. And I didn't want to like look things up, so I just kind of like brute forced it as best as I could with just the materials that I was given. It was still really hard. I was silly. I should have just looked some stuff up. Anyway, high respect to anthropologists. Love them. I'm sure an anthropologist would have more interesting things to say. Me? You know, you think history is you know, it's just like a general, like, oh, you touch on everything, and sure, but it's really just human action, you know, the things that we have done, you know, to each other, whereas like sociology is like, you know, the human condition, you know, and anthropology being human history and in like a biological way. Anyway, fascinating. This person was extremely close to the source of Genesis, to the birth of all creation. It's very interesting, you know, like this mix of science and legend. They live to be very, very old and have only just a trace of degeneration. The bone density. Yes, one of the pillars of aqua-endemic studies is that early man lived underwater. Lit. Countless generations have passed since such a time, and the form the sons of Adam take now is very different. Wouldn't they be fossilized at that point? If it, I don't know. What do I know? I can only imagine what it looked like to be so pure, so near the state of grace. Me missing the point. I'll load the next sample. Whoa. Dive mask. Production date mid-20th century. Rubber skirted dive mask ornamented with various crystograms, biblical inscriptions. This mask would prove that I am not the first one to explore Gaspar's zone. However, this area is entirely remote, meaning whoever was here for a purpose. Judging by the crucifixes on the strap, I imagine explorers were sent here by the church. There are certain divisions in the papal conclave who are in the know, but some would prefer to occlude the truth from the world. Were these explorers eliminated by more traditional factions? And what did they discover? Where are they now? Let's take a look at the next sample. Fish! Oh, ancient fish. Amazing. This fish may have been very well alive during the time of the pre-deluge patriarchs. Carbon dating estimation, 10,000 years. Laser vivisection yielded fish fed on native coral forms. Hypercalcified bone structure, tensile strength, matching modern metamaterials. This very well may confirm the theory of Gaspar's zone being located in or around endemic ground. But how? Some of suspension of space-time? Or some biological deceleration of the aging process? I must conduct a more extensive search. Soon I should go out for more samples. Yeah, what was that? A whale? It sounded even bigger. I should go check outside. Oh, it doesn't even let me. Okay. The lights are out? Damn. But something stirs in me. Yeah, fear. Oh Lord, even in this darkness, I know you're with me. Yeah, but you know, you gotta You gotta preserve your own life too. Like, you know, the word is a light to my feet and a lamp to my path. Guide me. I do not like the noises. Mm-mm. Oh no. I couldn't throw the net. What do I do? Oh. Son of Adam, I beseech thee. Your forebearers abandoned the tree of life and ate of the fruit of knowledge. You walk a contrary path. That's what I was feeling, you know, like him being incredibly devout, but also very much leaning into, you know, the fruit, you know, that Adam and Eve ate, you know, of ultimate knowledge and knowing everything. It's like he's obsessed with knowledge of the world. And it's kind of contradictory with, like, supposed to be satiated with, like, the word, you know, and God, but like also like this hunger for more. Anyway, for knowledge. I hit my mic. I get you, Squid. You will leave this place, or you will exchange one life for another. Die as a man, or join God in full flesh. Huh. To hear the voice of your God is to return origin-ward back into the womb where the worlds would fail. Know this now. I am but his created messenger. This is all I know. Son of Adam, I beseech thee. I beseech thee. I beseech thee. An angel? An emissary of the Lord. Amazing. Their visage even matches the description of the deciphered Genesis Apocryphon. Yeah, we're missing the point. To see such sights, can it be possible? But what did their message mean? Full flesh and God? I can't postpone my search any longer. I'm closer than ever and will find the truth. No! I must find more samples. No, you must not, actually. Oh, interesting. We, looking more dark, less life in our eyes. Time to change it up. I ought to find 2 live specimens and 1 object in the silt. Okay, I suck at doing live specimens though. I feel as if I barely even need this oxygen underwater anymore. Nope! Uh-oh. I am closer to God than ever. Yeah, you are. Oh, shoot. Okay, cool. I got him. Alright. Ooh, interesting. This coral's color is similar to the red pigmentation I found in that ancient fish. I should collect it. Ooh. Oh, I pressed return to lab. No. Shoot. Thrown net. There we go. Got him. Check it out. Excellent. Now I ought to go back to the lab to begin my research. It has been interesting swimming down here. The dark and gloom is almost a comfort to me. I am reminded of Moses seeing God in the luminous dark, the undifferentiated infinitude, incomprehensible to the created mind. But I believe I can know God, and I will know God. Yeah, that's not the point, you know, trying to like quantify God. Yeah, I see where this is going. Okay. It is strange. Perhaps it is just exhaustion from my swimming, but I feel a bit dizzy. A beatific lightness has entered my mind. The knowledge I have gained over the years seems to fly from me, just as the moment I am learning the ultimate truth. Well, there's nothing to do but press on. Or, go back and evaluate your choices. I don't know. Mirror. Ooh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, I already did that. Research. Okay. Deathless fish. Cross-analysis with previous fish sample. Fish age exceeds previous estimations. Born sometime in the Jurassic period. Cellular growth abnormal. Almost completely still. Stomach contents reveal more native coral forms. DNA contains proto-human proteins. Huh. Amazing. Almost impossible. There is some common link between this life form and our own. I notice as well, this fish as well as the others are lacking eyes. Oh. Not unheard among fish of the deep ocean. No, they have eyes. They just don't really do much, but whatever. What do I know? But even blind fish can sense the difference between light and darkness. These fish lack that capacity completely. And more of that odd coral in the gut. What does it mean? There must be something. All of the sudden I feel... Okay, huh. So old, impossibly old. Deathless fish 2. Unknown morphology. 50% of sample consists of coral polyp. Age again exceeds multiple geologic periods. Secretion of unknown stone substance. DNA contains proto-human proteins. So coral polyp, I guess, is the coral like parasitic? It's like growing on these life forms? The Ancient of Days. Time seems to spiral out in front of me. The divine plan imprinted in all things. How old is it? The fish seems to have been close to the origin of life itself. I'll take a look at the next thing. I don't know if we feel so good. Red coral. Origin unknown. Error. Studded with proto-human neuron. Yeah, it did look brain-like. Hyper-capable of creating consciousness field. Womb of God. Error. What does it mean? I can barely read this. My own sight seems to be failing. Perhaps decompression sickness? But it seems greater than that. Like the symbols of the world are falling from their place. I feel so... The light? Another angel? Oh Lord, I can feel your love. Huh. Mirror. I don't know if we like that man in the mirror. Research. I don't like that. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Oh. Huh. Water Room World. Guys, oh my god, he said the title. He said the name of the game. Oh my god. Huh. Womb. Hunger. I am hunger. Go and join angels. Join God. No need. Oh. What? No need. That's... Ooh. Man. We're dead. Ah! Must find it. Well, we're certainly gonna meet God one way or another. Feed on coral. More. Feed on coral. More. Water. This is so cool. Oh! A game by Yames. Yo. My work is made possible by my Patreon supporters. Infinite thanks to them. Man, that is so cool. That was really fun. I kind of want to see what the special has in store. I'm a Christian Man, alternate opening track. This looks the same. Oh!
My first idea for Waterboom World was just a sort of free-form exploration game where you walk around a strange aquatic realm speaking to different types of marine life humanoids telling you about how the realm you are in is timeless and infinite and nothing dies there. I had a vision of one of these beings telling the player, Waterboom World. Some of these ideas made it into the final game, as you might be able to tell. After some time, the idea became less totally weird and more driven by a sense of progression from the human to the weird. A finite human being would have a brush with timelessness, and then events from that would unfold. Soon this idea would be recast twice, once in the shape of a typical science fiction story. The human will be a scientist who will have their understanding of the world challenged. Then again, it's a story of someone both believing in science and religion, confronting something that challenged both.
That's really cool. Yeah, I think that's what I like about it being, you know, this unique mix of like believing in religion and science, but the whole point is it's not that you can't believe in both. You know, I've certainly met some Christians who are like, oh no, it's one or the other. You know, like there's no you know, you can't believe in evolution and also believe in God, but that's not the case.
The way you walk around the floor of the sea is pretty much directly listed from this FMP game I played called Mummy, Tomb of the Pharaoh. I remember being totally lost in a pre-rendered desert, moving tile by tile around different areas of wasteland. Something about the total rigidity and unnatural movement was very evocative, and I decided to put it in this game. All of the pre-rendered sprites of the seafloor and Waterboom World are derived from one big Blender project with cameras placed at different points along a grid.
That's cool. Believing, you know, in religion and believing in God, it doesn't automatically mean that there is no possible way that you can also believe in some kind of evolution or sciences. It's not realistic. You know, like there's undeniable proof of a lot of scientific phenomenon that is very well researched and established. But I know, especially with the Catholic point of view, that science is just part of God's design. You know, those things that we can see, those molecules that we can look at and those atoms that we can look at through like a microscope. Historically, there was an opinion against scientific development at certain points because it was like, oh, well, we're not meant to understand. You know, we're not meant to understand what God's plan was, you know, and yes and no. You know, I think if there is something that we can understand and it just takes time to develop the tools to get there, then why not? But it's also a slippery slope because then you think of it like the Tower of Babel, you know, like how many layers or how many floors can you build of the tower until it's too far, you know? So in this case, the too far is him and his not even just thirst, it's like a lust, is consuming any kind of rationality and also his own faith, you know, and like not everything is meant to fully be understood. Like And it's not just like scientifically, it's more like he's trying to quantify and scientifically understand God himself. And, you know, it's impossible. You know, it's fruitless. Even if you don't believe in a God, that's even more proof that it's something that it's impossible. But in this case, there are angels, they're freaky.
The encounter with the angel was supposed to be the first real glimpse of weirdness in the game. Originally, I think it was supposed to be a dugong you spoke with. I thought there was something about an animal squared up to you face-to-face in a way it would never do naturally. That is interesting. Somehow I decided on the squid. I think what works about the squid is not necessarily overtly scary. The face isn't grimacing or angry. It just sort of looks like a nonchalant person. The way it speaks is, of course, influenced by the language used in the King James Version of the Bible. The particular Christian bent of the form and content of its message is perhaps not meant to be literally what it conveyed, but either the angel's particular formulation of it for the researcher, or the researcher interpreting it through cultural expectations. The original music playing when wandering around in the darkness and encountering the angel was much more heavenly and unambiguously positive. I still like that track a lot. However, the final version I think fits the mood better.
Yeah, I agree. Coral beings.
The visual design of the coral beings are based off of tortoises. Why tortoises? Well, they just seem very wise, but also sort of alien. I, of course, edited their morphology a little bit to be less friendly looking. I want the appearance of the beings, both their visual appearance and the meaning of their appearance with regards to the player character, to be ambiguous. For sure, they mark the beginning of a change. The player character is being drawn deeper into what they set out to find, but to the exact way all this functions, what the coral is, how it works, what the player character actually thinks about any of this, to the extent that they still have the cognition to reflect on any of what's going on, I wanted to leave vague and up for the player to interpret.
That's cool.
The player character is driven into an animalistic frenzy or a holy madness. They go out beyond the seafloor and rush into the arms of God, be it death, or becoming another coral being themselves, or submerging themselves in a fully bestial way of being, or something else. Dwelling symbols could be many things: a monad, an eye, a polyp, all things of oneness, all things that point to returning to the source.
Ooh, that's cool. Anyway, it's okay. I suppose that makes it just so you can find it. Looks like there might be more achievements, but yeah, go find it yourself. Go play this game. Give this game some love. I really loved it. To my editor and my husband, I'm so sorry I spent so long on this one. I really wanted to be as thorough as I could because I just really liked it. Everybody say thank you to him for editing the video. I asked him, I was like, oh, what name do you want to be called on like the YouTube so I can refer to you? And he still hasn't given me anything. So, I don't know. Give him a name. Anyway, I love this game. I think I said all of my thoughts about it already. James, you did an excellent job. Yeah, I really look forward to whatever else James is going to be doing. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed me play this game. Play it yourself again. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Be safe, be healthy, be kind. I'm just gonna keep adding more stuff each time, I guess. But yeah, let me know what other games you want to see me play on this channel. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments.